Good afternoon. This is Kathleen with my Alabama Farm Life, and today I'm going to do a different kind of video. But before we get started, I would appreciate it if you guys would go ahead and subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, and share out this video if you could. I am still steady growing my channel, and I appreciate all the help that you can give me. So I've been wanting those indoor garden hydroponic growing systems, but I wanted the small ones, the little tabletop, something that didn't take up too much space or use up too much electricity. So I was on Amazon. I had a little bit of extra money from my win for Fall Fest 23, so I made an investment. So I started looking at them, and they all really kind of look the same. I saw three at three different prices, so I went ahead and made the investment. And these are the three systems that I purchased. So the cheapest system that I purchased, it was $35.98, and it's the MFGA, and it's an 8-pod herb garden kit. This has the 22-watt LED lights, and it has a sunlight spectrum, which is nice. It has a 3-liter water capacity. It comes with the plant pods and the sponges. It also includes the little caps that go on the plant pods to help with germination. But the one thing that I really like about this little unit is the telescopic pole that the light system sits on. As you can see, when I pull on it, it comes from the top of the unit and comes all the way up, and it has a height of 17.7 inches. It also comes with these little poles or sticks that you could use to stick into the top of the unit to give your plants more stability. This next unit was a little bit more. It was $59.99, and I believe it's pronounced Zuai. Again, that's Zuai. And it is also an 8-pod indoor garden plant germination kit. It also has the adjustable height LED grow light. But the light is described as a custom-built spectrum LED grow light to supply optimal lighting to the garden. And as you can see, everything came in this one bag. The pods, the sponges, it had the fertilizer and the sticks or the rods to help to stabilize the plants. I think there's also covers if you don't use all the pods, and I'm looking to see if there's any caps. I think there's caps on there too. But considering how much I paid for it, this unit to me seemed a little flimsy. But, we're going to test these and see how they work and make a decision on that later. Now, this next unit and the last unit that I am unboxing is the idoogrowingsystem. And this is a 10-pot smart garden, and it says it has the auto timer. I think they all have auto timers. But on this one, it has a 24-watt light, and it says it turns on and off automatically. Like I said, I think they all do that. Okay, it also comes with all its pod cups, and then the little pod sponge that goes on the bottom, and the little caps that go on top that help with germination. The height of this one, the lights go up to 18.7 inches. This kit actually comes with 10 more disposable sponges. It has a 10-piece tag and 5-piece covers so that you can cover up the holes that you're not using. And this system holds a little over 4.5 liters of water, so you don't have to fill it up as fast. But again, this is a 10-pod, not an 8-pod. But you can get the 8-pod with the Wi-Fi for the same price. I chose the 10-pod, and I don't think I need the Wi-Fi. All three systems came with everything you need to start seeds, and all three of the systems were fairly easy to put together. They all came with instructions, and I got them all together. I have not turned them on yet because I need to fill them up with water first, and we're going to test the motors and see how well they run. All right, so I have them all filled up with water. All the lights are working, all the motors are running, and the water is churning, if you can hear it. on these models. It's not really loud, which is a nice thing to have. You don't want something that's really, really noisy. I am really excited to have these units, and I'm looking forward to growing in them. Many years ago, I had the aeroponic systems, and back then they were pricey, and they're still pricey today, but just not quite as much. I had this white model, and I used to grow a lot of lettuce in it, and at that time, you couldn't buy the extra little pods that went in there, so I ended up using moss. But doing so, I was able to grow some really nice lettuces. I also had another unit, the black unit, and I would use it to start all my plants. I also wanted to show you another unit that I used. I bought these 2 units and grew stuff through aquaponics, and I actually have fish down at the bottom. And that's one of my first Rhode Island Reds that I ever had. She was just a beautiful bird, and I had this picture that I took long ago, and I always loved it. But anyway, these are the seeds that I'm going to start in the systems, and we're going to see how well each of these seeds grow in all of these systems. But I wanted to point out that this mufga, it is very much like an aeroponics, whereas the other two, the motors just swirl or aerate the water. The mufga has a water import system that's actually inside the lid that puts the water onto the actual little pod, which, like I said, is very much like the aeroponics system. Now I'm going to go ahead and put all the pods into each of these systems. I'm going to go ahead and let the water absorb. I've let the water sit for over 24 hours, and I've just let the machines go. Right now all the lights turned off. So like I said, they all have automatic lighting. None of them are special when it comes to that. They are on timers. All right, so I have everything set up and ready to go, but I'm not going to put the seeds in them right now. I think I'm going to make that a separate video. One of the things that I wanted to point out is that you could see each of the prices that I paid for these. If you go to Amazon now, they are doing Black Friday specials, and everything is about $20 cheaper. Both of the black ones, the mufga and the Zuai, you can get those for about $39 each. And the I think they're $59, and you can get the 8-pod with the Wi-Fi or the 10-pod without. But that's just your preference. But guys, these are cool little systems. I think they're all going to do well, but if I had a preference right now, I think I would stick with the mufga. I like the little channels and how it pours down on top of the pods, and I think that's going to make a huge difference. The is absolutely beautiful, and it is bigger and it holds more water. So, I mean, that is also another option, and it probably will do pretty well. But the other one, I don't think I would buy that one again, but I'm definitely going to order at least another mufga. So guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments. I hope you learned something today. You guys have a blessed and joyous day, and I will see you on my next video.